Hi everybody, welcome to Jana's Crochet Journey. Today is July 5th, 2023. Welcome back to all my returning new and future crafty friends. I hope everyone, if you are in the US, had a fabulous 4th of July with fireworks. I'm tired. Having 4 days off and then getting up at 3. Even though I try to stick to the same schedule even when I'm not working. But then when I'm actually physically working at work, I'm pooped. Okay, so today's video will be showing progress on my Cottagecore, which I really enjoy this blanket. This is probably one that I will do again, just with more colors that just fit better together. I'm drawing a blank on the word that I'm trying to think of right now. Coordinated, maybe that's the word. Okay, so for this blanket, I am using the Tivoli XL yarn from Hobby. This color is 35, which is a teal, and then 27 is a light blue. So this was for the next pattern, which was the snail. So I got that finished. As soon as I show you guys, they update like I'm on the next pattern. Like this is really a good one. So there's that. Anything that I have left over, I will put into my Navajo blanket. So the pattern is by Little Green Feather, and I am using a 5.5 millimeter hook. And this is the snail. Try to move this. Hold it up a little closer. So I used, I want to say, I definitely was on the second skein of the light blue, and I'm not sure about the teal. I can't remember. So yeah, enjoying it. And just a real quick recap. That's where it started. And then I'm just picking two colors that are different from the previous, if I can. So now the next one is another smaller, just design, not an actual picture. And I am already ready and waiting to get started on it. So that will be soon. I didn't even look to see how many more pictures are left before the blanket is done. But it's a pretty good size and it's heavy. Oh, all right. So there's that one. Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy is doing a make along. I'm sure sometimes I say Cal, male, whichever. And this is the Superbly Simple Baby Blanket. And it's by Keep Calm and Crochet On, and the terms come in UK and US, so you just highlight the US so you don't get confused. I am using Hirschner's. It's one of several 3-packs that I have. So I started with this one, Raindrop, and then I moved on to the variegated, which is called Fluffy Clouds, and then Blue Sky was the last one. So these will go in my scrap tote for my Navajo. I probably could make a hat and booties to match the blanket, but nah. All right, so I measured the blanket and it measures 42 by 42. So there was the middle. And then that's how the rest of it came out. It's a really nice pattern. It's a 3-row repeat, and it's a good blanket once you remember what order you're changing your stitches on to watch TV while you're doing it. And I'm also doing a second one in a mill end. I finished the 1 pound, the first 1 pound bag mill end. Now I'm on the second, and the make along goes to the end of July. So I will probably put the second 1 pound bag of yarn on it and then call it done, and then submit my photo, and then that one will be set. I also have, I can't remember, 2 or 4 more bags of it, so I could put all them into another one. I'm not sure, but I'm glad that's done though, because then I guess in my brain it meant, okay, you're done with 1, so let's start 2 more. So I came across a video on YouTube, and it's called the Preppy Rectangle Blanket by Crochet Me Lovely, and it's on my bucket list to do a rectangle granny. And I know it seems pretty simple, but I just had never done one yet. And I had previously started a blanket in white, black, and varsity yellow, which they are colors for a football team, which my boys like this team. And my one son had asked previously for a blanket in those colors whenever I got around to it. So I originally had started with a different pattern and I wasn't feeling it, so I frogged it all and thought I would start this pattern with those colors. So I basically have until December to get it done. I'm using a 6mm hook, and the white, yellow, and black, well, varsity yellow, white, and black are Big Twist. Can't remember if I said that. And I just started, so this is all that I have so far. And it's a really good tutorial. And I watched her and then I wrote it down in my notebook and I'm doing it. So I've only done the white, yellow, and black repeated 3 times, 1 round each. I have all my ends woven except except for this one. And I am flipping it back and forth because I'm not sure if I don't do that, if it gets waves in it. I can't remember. I think in the video she changed colors every round as well, and it was like a scrap. So now when I put white on, I think I'm going to do 2 rows of each color 3 times and then see what it's looking like. Maybe I'll go back to the single a couple times. But so this is it so far. And again, another easy, mindless TV blanket. And because the blanket that I frogged, I was changing color every 2 to 3 rows. I've got a bunch of the smaller balls all balled up and in a bag, and I'm just grabbing them. And sometimes I have to add on another one, you know, midway through a round, but I am going to get through all those, and then I have more that I'll be able to just keep going. So yeah, that's another good TV blanket. And the last new project that I have to show for today anyways, I bought a book. I was trying to find a book for, I'm not sure if they're called rag dolls or rag doll pillows. You know, they have the head, which I believe you stuff, and then, you know, kids or toddlers can hold it around the neck, but the rest of the body doesn't have any stuffing in it. And maybe there's little stuffing in arms, or depending what if it's an animal or a doll or whatever. Well, I don't want to pay what Amazon had wanted for the books, and I couldn't find one on Thrift Books. So I just typed in like animal pillows, and this book came up by Christy Simpson, and there are 9 patterns in there. And then this is the back that would show you yeah, there's 9 different animals. So they're called 9 Huggable Friends to Stitch for Little Ones, Fun Animal Pillows by Christy Simpson. And I looked through it, and I would definitely change some colors. So I couldn't make up my mind which one I wanted to make first. So I put it aside, and I found one of the free patterns from Yarnspirations for a cat that you would stuff, a fat cat. And I came in and looked at my velvet yarn, my cakes, because I want to start using some of the yarns that I bought because I love that yarn, but it's just sitting there for show. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the velvet, make the cat, and it will make it bigger because I can't do small little teeny things. You know, I want something that the grands can hug and snuggle with. Well, velvet yarn isn't the easiest thing to do an amigurumi with either. And kudos to those crafters that can make it happen. Between the velvet and the blanket yarn. So I frogged it, wound it up, put it back on my shelf, And then when I was looking at this book, I was like, wait a minute, let me get that velvet yarn back out and see what I can do. So the first one I decided to do, she is called Betty Bunny. And this is what the pattern looks like. And it says to use a medium 4 acrylic yarn, but no, I am using the velvet yarn. I am using Yarnspiration Bernat Velvet Stripes in the colorway Coral Peony. And it's different shades of mauve, pink, and gray. And this is a bulky 5, and it recommends a 6.5 millimeter hook. Now the pattern called for 4-weight yarn with a 5 millimeter hook. So I decided to go with the hook that the yarn called for, because if it comes out bigger, it's fine. I mean, and this says bulky 5, but you know, I guess, but it's nice and soft. So I ended up starting this yesterday, and I love the pattern. So this is where I am at so far. Now, I am not changing the colors like the pattern, because the yarn changes colors and I'm just letting it go. So this is the beginning of the bunny. This is the bottom, and I'm going up and just following increase, decrease, whatever. And this is so soft. So soft. Now I'm also contemplating that when I go to stuff it, I might just stuff the head. It doesn't have arms, but I could just stuff the head, put a little less stuffing in the ears, and then I'm thinking I might try the first one with no stuffing in the bottom, if I could figure out how to keep it only stuffed in the head. And then that way this is, you know, this will have 2 sides, but just seamed up, so like it can kind of be snuggled with the bunny head. That's my goal anyways. It's my first time trying something like that, just winging it. So I don't know. I might have to do something along here once it's stuffed, so that, you know, the stuffing doesn't fall down. I'll try it, see if I can figure something out and get it to work. But this is all single crochets, and once you know that you got a feel for the next stitches, I can do this. It was just that cat pattern, you had to go in the round with a stitch marker, and my count kept coming off because I was missing the stitches somehow for being in the round. But this is working out. Again, it's the velvet. It is so soft. So I'm looking over here like, man, I have a lot of velvet in cakes. Plus I have some other velvet in totes. And making these would be a perfect use if someone didn't want to turn them into blankets. So that's where I'm at. I'm on round 43 or something. And I'm working my way up into like the cheeks and the head right now. So I'm loving this. I'm just saying, I can't say it enough. Love this pattern, love the yarn. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because I'm not a pattern creator by any means, but I think instead of stuffing the whole thing, at least the first time, I want to try and see if I could figure something else out for this one. But so yeah, there's the bunny, and there's the bear, and this one has a pocket where they can put little goodies in there. And pom-pom for the tail, and then there's an elephant, which is cute. And I don't know if I would use acrylic, if I could get away with it now that I've felt this velvet. And this is the Fiona fish, which is cute. And there's Frank the fox. And there is George the giraffe, which I don't know about that one because of the spots. Ugh. But if I use variegated, I'll just, I don't know what I'll just do. Maybe I'll actually get out my glue gun and glue the spots on. And Larry the lion. I'm not an applique girl. I don't like that. Olivia the owl. That's another cute one. I was debating between this one and the bunny. And Penny the penguin is the last one. Also has a pocket. So I'm pretty sure I will be making all of these in this book. This was a good purchase. I will still be looking for a book with like the rag doll type of body without stuffing, unless I can figure this out. But yeah, I think I'll still look for the book because I like the variety. So anyways, that is all I have to update everybody on today. I thank you all for taking the time out to watch and see what I have been up to. Enjoy the rest of your week because the weekend is not that far away, thank goodness. So please like, subscribe, share if you want to, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.